I want to start with a story, a la Seth Godin, from when I was 12 years old. My Uncle Ed gave me a beautiful blue sweater, at least I thought it was beautiful, and it had fuzzy zebras walking across the stomach and Mount Kilimanjaro and Mount Meru kind of right across the chest that were also fuzzy. And I wore it whenever I could, thinking it was the most fabulous thing I owned. Until one day in 9th grade, when I was standing with a number of the football players, and my body had clearly changed, and Matt Mussolino, who was undeniably my nemesis in high school, said in a booming voice that we no longer had to go far away to go on ski trips, but we could all ski on Mount Novogratz. And I was so humiliated and mortified that I immediately ran home to my mother and chastised her for ever letting me wear the hideous sweater. We drove to the Goodwill, and we threw the sweater away somewhat ceremoniously, my idea being that I would never have to think about this sweater nor see it ever again. Fast forward, 11 years later, I'm a 25-year-old kid working in Kigali, Rwanda, jogging through the steep slopes, when I see 10 feet in front of me a little boy, 11 years old, running toward me wearing my sweater. And I'm thinking, no, this is not possible. But so curious, I run up to the child, of course scaring the living bejesus out of him, grab him by the collar, turn it over, and there is my name written on the collar of this sweater. I tell that story because it has served and continues to serve as metaphor to me about the level of connectedness that we all have on this earth. We so often don't realize what our action and our inaction does to people we think we will never see and never know. I also tell it because it tells a larger contextual story of what aid is and can be, that this traveled into the Goodwill in Virginia and moved its way into the larger industry, which at that point was giving millions of tons of secondhand clothing to Africa and Asia, which was a very good thing, providing low-cost clothing. And at the same time, certainly in Rwanda, it destroyed the local retailing industry. Not to say that it shouldn't have, but that we have to get better at answering the questions that need to be considered when we think about consequences and responses. So I'm going to stick in